Hello Sagittarius, Elsie here to do a bonus read, Sag. I'm just coming by to say thank you so much for the way that you've been living on this channel this week. I appreciate you. I'm coming here at you with a bonus read. We're just going to use tarot, Sag. If you've been here to this bonus read before, you are aware, if you're my ride or die, that I read for the current energy or the future energy. I don't intend on looking at anything from the past. If it does show up, I will acknowledge it, but I do intend on reading for the current or future energies. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading, right? It's not always going to resonate, and if it doesn't, that's okay. There's all kinds of readings on Ten of Cups Tarot that you can go take a look at, maybe for your moon or your rising. Maybe next time. Maybe it'll resonate next time. Tell me about Sag. What's coming up, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Tell me about Sagittarius. Tell me about Sagittarius, please. What do we need to know about Sag? Got the Two of Pentacles, Sag. Things are a little busy for you right now. I feel like you're trying your best to keep in balance. You're making a lot of decisions, some emotional, some in the 3D world, maybe about money, job, household. We've got the Eight of Cups here. I feel like you're letting things go. It feels like you... And now, I don't think that you're walking away, understand? Like, it does show somebody walking away who's quite strong, right? Somebody who's very secure, right? We've got red, which is... you know, it's not only a color of royalty and success, but it's also security and stability. I feel like you feel secure enough and stable enough to just leave things as they are. I'm going to say that you're not necessarily, what should I say? You're not necessarily concerned about the way people see you. I feel like with the full moon over her head, that there is something that I feel like you're releasing. It almost feels like somebody who, Sag, if you're the person who has been sort of, you know, in the past, maybe emotionally thrown about because your pentacles were not in line because things, you know, maybe you're not making as much money, or you're making the same money but everything's getting expensive and you're not getting raises. It feels like you're dealing with this differently now. You're like, I'm not going to deal with this in an emotional way anymore. I'm going to deal with this in a pentacle fashion. I'm just going to get grounded and solid. I'm going to make a plan. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to go over some details and figure out where the money is going to come from next. And if I don't have a resource, I got to make one. Maybe I'll go out and get a part-time job or start a side gig or something like that, if it is about money at all. For some of you, the Two of Pentacles is telling me that you are doing quite well being in your stable energy, but that you're about to make some sort of decision to walk away from something, that you're going to do it sort of head over heart, because the Eight of Cups, we can see the moon above her head here, right? The full moon is the release. Full moons are all about releases. Now, we just got through a new moon yesterday, but a full moon is coming, and it usually does come within a couple of weeks. So maybe you're preparing possibly to walk away from someone or something. We do have the Queen of Cups. It could be some sort of a love relationship. It could be some of you are trying to stay in balance whilst disconnecting emotionally from your mother. This could be a sister, it could be a friend. We do have the Queen of Cups. It feels like, I feel like whatever it is, you're trying to do it without much emotion. That's what it feels like. You're trying not to get overly emotional about whatever the situation is that's going on right now. We've got the King of Cups. We've got the Six of Pentacles. I see. So for some of you, it does feel like that possibly you do know the King of Cups. You could be the King of Cups, Queen of Cups. Take it as it resonates for you. Feminine and masculine are both represented. I know you're a fire sign, but it feels like somebody might have water, or there is a connection between you and somebody else. It feels like for some of you, you could be disconnected from this person right now emotionally. For some of you, this could be a family situation. I always see these two as mother and father. Take that into consideration. But I feel like if there's been a disconnect, an emotional disconnect between you and somebody else that maybe you usually feel connected to in a psychic way or in an energetic way or in an emotional way, I feel like there is, you know, we've gone from the 2 to the 6. It feels like somebody who is, you know, 2 and 6, right in between there is 4. 4 and 2 is 6. And so it feels like somebody here has been disconnected or miserly with their time or their energy. And it feels like you're about to get back in touch with this person. So for some of you, this could be family, right? This could be love. Take it as it resonates. It doesn't always have to be love when it shows up as cups, but it could be a best friend. It feels like you're about to have a reconnection with somebody who I feel like you maybe left in the past. And I don't think you left them in the past because of anything nefarious or bad that happened. I think it was just We disconnected because of life. Life kept us busy, right? We've got 6 and 2 is 8 because of work, because of putting in hard work on myself. Maybe you turned in toward yourself. 8 Pentacles is usually about self-mastery. It's about mastering something. Maybe you went back to school. You know what I mean? It could be many things, many reasons why we parted, but I don't feel like we parted for any sort of bad reason. But I feel like we parted nonetheless because maybe life kept us busy. I feel like you're about to get back in touch with somebody here. Somebody whose energy you mirror. There may have been an ending here, right? So it feels like 2 people are separate from each other, but you know what it feels like because of death just showing up here? That there's been a transformation. And I feel like the transformation is that when you 2 come back together here, you are now the king and the queen. I feel like you were not the king and the queen before. It almost feels like 2 people, you know, where you got one on one side, one on the other. 2 people had to split apart and learn their own lessons in the Pentacle world before we could come back together. And so it feels like now that we've come back together, we're transformed into the King and the Queen of Cups. Tell me about the 8 of Cups, please. The 8 of Cups is bringing us, the 3 of Swords. So it does look like that maybe there was, some disappointment in the Pentacle life, in the Pentacle world, it feels like. Because the King of Pentacles is somebody, we've got 8 Pentacles here. That's the hard work you're putting in. Whatever it is, learning something new, being very practical with your time. I don't have time for friendships, relationships. I really got to buckle down and look at my Pentacle world. I feel like it pays off here with the King of Pentacles. I feel like whatever you're doing is growing. I feel like you've become someone who is very stable, someone who's because of their focus on the Pentacle world is becoming very stable. I feel like now that you're in this time of stability in your life, Sag, it feels like emotional stability is here, I want to say, because these 2 in the upright are both emotionally stable. Maybe there is stability in your Pentacle world now. The King of Pentacles is the one who is now settled. Everything is settled. I'm sturdy. I'm solid, I'm dependable, things I don't have to worry about things so much. It does feel like it was really a really hard thing to get to this place. It feels like maybe you went through a lot of hard thoughts, memories, disappointments before you could get to be the King of Pentacles, a place where you're very solid and sturdy. But the 2 of Swords tells me that you're making a decision, because the 2 of Swords to me, when it's in the reverse, is like, I'm now going to release something. I'm going to take the blindfold off. It's like, now I have more energy. Now I have more time. I have a different perspective. I've grown up just a little bit. So if you're the feminine or the masculine, you're accounted for here. It does feel like somebody here is seeing things with different eyes, and you will. It's amazing what'll happen if you decide to turn your energy toward yourself and not really worry about what's going on out there. Turn your energy in toward yourself, you will grow. And I feel like that's what happened here, Sag. I feel like you grew emotionally in your compassion. I feel like there's lotus flowers here. You're enlightened, I want to say, emotionally. Tell me why the Queen of Cups is here. Yeah, there we go. I feel like you've become actually quite emotionally psychic. Maybe you feel other people's feelings. That is the High Priestess, who has the knowing. She's Pisces, right? So maybe you feel other people. You're empathic or psychic here. I feel like you went on some sort of a spiritual or emotional journey. And I feel like you've really grown a lot. Yeah, 10 Pentacles here. You've really grown a lot into this really abundant, solid, sturdy sort of person here. And I feel like you did it alone, all by yourself. We've got the Ace of Cups. You know what? I think you're ready for love. And sometimes that's the journey, right? Look, I feel like it could be over a 10-year period for you, Sag. It feels like it's been a long drought. A long drought of being by yourself, doing the things that you needed to do for you. I feel like you disconnected from people and said, you know what, I got no time for the bullshit anymore. I have no time for your drama. I don't have any time. I got to get stable. I got to worry about my own emotions. It feels like you kind of turned your back on things. And I think what happened is, in the silence by yourself, I feel like you grew to be very abundant. Now, this 10 Pentacles and the High Priestess could mean that that your psychic energy, your ability to be able to read people, a room, a bitch, whatever, it feels like you're empathically and just spiritually in general. I feel like you've become closer to the veil. The 10 of Pentacles to me is not about money. It's about your emotional stability. It's about your stability and your psychic energy. It feels like because you've spent some time by yourself, it feels like you've spent time loving yourself, I want to say, with this Ace of Cups here. Tell me more about the Queen of Cups. We've got the Tower, we've got the Four of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. And then this person comes knocking. I feel like, you know, fire and water, that's Temperance. It feels like things are in balance. Temperance is Sagittarius energy, right? I feel like you are the alchemist and you have created this energy balance. The Tower is here. I feel like somebody here who might be the King of Wands has been somebody who's been quite miserly with their energy. But I feel like the Tower is showing up to break all of that down, to break down the illusion that we're not talking or that I didn't want to pursue you. It feels like somebody is about to show up in your life, somebody who's been holding back from you. And I feel like the reason that they can no longer hold back is because of the Tower. Everything changes when the Tower shows up, right? It's a shock to the system. It's a change. It's like I'm going in the wrong direction. I've got to turn you in the right direction. Tell me why the King of Cups is here. I feel like this is the same person. I feel like somebody has grown not only in this emotional energy, but has also learned that they have to pursue what they want. They have to go out there and get what they want. Tell me about this King of Cups. We've got the Three of Pentacles, we've got the Chariot, and we've got the Page of Swords. So it feels like this person might be someone who you would consider a friend, or someone you had built a friendship with, or it could be someone you were introduced to by another person. And so that's why I'm saying it doesn't feel like it was two people that dated. It feels like two people that know each other, but they kind of went about their lives. We disconnected emotionally. We went about our lives, and what happened is a whole lot of growth. I feel like we left it at the Three Pentacles, that maybe this is a friendship or a friend of a friend, but now this Chariot is showing up with the Page of Swords, and somebody's realizing that if they want the victory, they're going to have to go get it. I do feel like this is part way to the Emperor energy. Somebody has grown up quite a bit. Feels like there's a lot of transformation that's going on here with you and with somebody else. I feel like this person here, whoever they are, who's halfway to the Emperor energy, is about to communicate and maybe try and transform things between you. Feels like people have been healing here is what it feels like. We've got, Temperance. I did talk about Temperance. It shows up. We've got the Moon energy, and we've got the Queen of Swords. Someone is going to liberate the situation. It does feel like somebody's finally made the decision that they want to settle down with somebody, and I think they're thinking about you. The Queen of Swords is somebody who has liberated the situation. I feel the person who's liberated themselves is the King of Wands, who's also the King of Cups. It could be two separate people for some of you. It could be a fire sign and a water sign as well. It doesn't feel that way to me, but if that works for you, it could be that is your situation. I feel like somebody is releasing themselves from the Moon energy, from being unsure about a situation that they've been really patient about. I feel like this person realizes now that things have ended, something else has got to begin, and somebody I feel with the Six of Pentacles is about to reach out to you and change things forever. Like the Temperance, right, is about patience. It's about alchemy, though. Things that are going to change. Somebody's liberating themselves from the dark, from some shadow work possibly. Maybe someone has realized, now I've grown in my emotional, like they've grown emotionally and become the King of Pentacles or the Queen of Pentacles. I've released myself from the dark or from this hard energy. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles, because I feel like this is telling me that be patient, because in time somebody I feel is going to come knocking here, and I feel like you're not going to be waiting on them. I feel like you're minding your business, I want to say. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles. Got the Five of Cups, got the Four of Cups, and the Two of Cups. Wow. Okay. We've got, I feel like we go from feeling regretful, and it feels like a thought process. It feels like, oh man, we had a lot of fun. I wish we could do that again. But I feel like you're right now in some sort of the Four of Cups is like, but if I reach out, they're probably going to reject me. But I feel like there's a lot of feelings here. There are a lot of feelings that I think that we're going to reclaim. Somebody's very serious about doing the right thing. Somebody's learned their lesson that they can't wait on it, that they've got to take action. And that's why the King of Wands is here. Somebody who was previously holding back from you is about to take action. It's going to cause a Tower in your life, because the Tower is bringing in the Two Cups. You know what? I feel like it's because now, Sag, that you really love yourself, that you don't really care if anybody shows up. And that's why this person shows up, because by turning your back is actually calling them in, is what's going on. We do have the Queen of Swords and we have the Queen of Cups. I feel like you're halfway to the Empress and they're halfway to the Emperor. It feels like people have been growing here and somebody is coming back, showing up to do the right thing. They could be a Taurus, they don't have to be. We do have Scorpio, we have Pisces and Cancer, we have Sagittarius, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, more Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. We have, Pisces energy as well. Someone here is preparing to make a decision. And I feel like for some of you, this is going to be around the corner. It's like somebody's gotten a new perspective here, that the world is in their hands and they need to make a decision to move. They've closed some sort of a chapter or something they've had a major closing in their life, like a major accomplishment. So maybe they've graduated from law school, or maybe they've closed a chapter back there of the way they used to be, the way they used to think, the person that they used to be. It feels like somebody is emerging brand new for a brand new beginning, because the World card is the end, and we know that when something ends, something must begin. There is the Justice card here. Wow, somebody is going to be showing up and asking for some sort of reunion here. Look, we've got the Ten of Cups on deck, and it feels like that somebody wants to make something right. They know that they need to say something. They're coming toward you here, Sag, because I feel like they feel bad about something. That maybe what they're feeling bad about is, the Five of Cups is maybe we used to have a lot of fun and we haven't seen each other, and you're supposed to be my friend and I'm supposed to be your friend, and we haven't seen each other, and I feel like somebody wants to reunite with you and make things right. Somebody wants to say something, I feel, because they've had some sort of a major closing, which has given them a different perspective of things that are going on in life in general. They're back at the beginning and they're ready to learn how to pursue. This person possibly did not know how to pursue back there, because they were not yet the King of Cups, they were not yet the King of Wands. Maybe they didn't know how to pursue, but somebody has, with the Page of Swords, is now learning how to be a friend, learning how to pursue. And so I feel like you could be, whether you're the feminine or the masculine, somebody might be coming back to pursue you. I'm just saying. I'm going to leave that right there, Sag. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. And I'm out. See you later. Bye.